You know what I mean? So like my core is just rap. I don't want to write a hook. I don't want to think of a concept.
Mm.
I want to bar the fuck out,
Mhm.
and that's it. That's like my, go-to.
Yeah, and so you just put out a song called No Venezi,
Yeah, man.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's there's no chorus on it,
No,
right? It's
no.
just strictly a story that you're telling. What is No Venezi? What's that stand for? What's the name stand
Nuova
for?
Venezi means new beginnings in Italian. Um, at the time of writing this, I'm like a big spiritual guy. I believe in a lot of, signs and things like that.
Mm.
And at the time, I was just going through a lot in life. I was just like lost. I was fresh out of college. Life is hitting you. I'm trying to be this aspiring rapper. I'm not happy with where I'm at right now. My health wasn't in the best place it could have been. I was getting out of a relationship that I didn't end, so that was like, a heartbreak that I had to deal with. Um, Losing people at the time, like I was just in like this low place, and at the time I was listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, and a lot of people kept talking about like new beginnings and like when they were younger and like they were going through a lot of stuff. Now looking back, it's like, oh my God, why was I even worried about that, type thing. And I remember just being like, what does new beginnings in Italian mean? And I looked it up. It was like Nuova Inizi.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, bro, that just rolls so perfectly off the tongue. And my life has been nothing but new beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
I was a running back. I played sports, and that was my first love. And I found out at 12 that I have a heart condition. And immediately after that, I found making music. And just like losing people, I've always had a really good perspective on things when bad shit happens. I've always been able to know that what I'm going through right now, I will get out of it, but like I can't run from these feelings that I have right now. So that whole like mentality of new beginnings, like just approaching everything in life as if it's a new beginning. Every day's a new beginning. Like just being grateful for what you have, even if it's not where you want to go. This song just it's the purest form of me as an artist
Right.
that you could possibly get, and I think it's my favorite record I've ever written.
Yeah. And so this to me, this song No Venezi, it stands out a lot. Not compared to your other records, but it does feel new. It feels like refreshed. It feels like you really put the time into it. You and who produced this?
I just found it on YouTube.
Okay.
I think his name is Pale, Pale 1080.
Okay. Yeah.
Just bro, I was not planning on even writing music that day. It was just, how you scroll on
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
and random beats will pop up.
Yeah.
It was a Drake type beat. Clicked on it.
It's funny you say that because when I listen to it, I'm like, this has like that Drake-esque
Yeah,
vibe
yeah.
to it.
Well, my favorite Drake is when
Even
he's
the flow too.
yeah. Well, my favorite Drake is when he's just like honestly rapping, not like singing, doing this whole chorus. Like Tuscan Leather is one of my favorite Drake songs ever.
Yeah.
There's a million of them,
Yeah.
but it brought that vibe out.
Yeah.
And that was the quickest I've ever written a song in
Mhm.
my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 3-minute 54-second song that is just straight rap. You know what I mean?
That's what I was going to ask you was the process. What was the process of No Venezi lyrically, since you did have access to the beat right off the rip?
Mhm.
You ask a lot of questions in the song, right? And so did you already have the ideas and these questions that you asked, or was it very just strictly in the moment, or were these things that you were dwelling on for a while?
I think I literally like this song, like I like threw this song up. It The structure that you hear it in now was not the structure I wrote it. I think the first bars that I came up with was how many lives you got to change today, start saying you change. How many moves you got to make today, start saying you fake. And like I said, I was just going through so much at this time that I couldn't get out on other songs. And just that like question, because as an artist, you always want to be honest, but sometimes you just like can't even get the thoughts out. And it was like, I don't have answers to all of these questions that I'm asking. And when you're writing music, a lot of the times you want to try to have the answer. And this song, with like all these questions I asked, it was, you know, I don't have all of the answers to these, but I know that I'm looking for them.
Mm.
And it felt like a time capsule while I was writing it. Cause all of the bars, like, they weren't written in that order. Like, I was just writing how many, like, questions, all of these questions, all of this angst and pain and shit that I'm going through right now. I just, like, got all of it out by really just asking questions that I don't have the answer to.
Sure.
And it was funny, like, once I looked at it all, I was like, damn, there's actually kind of a structure. If I put this here, if I put that there, and the song just like literally, I don't think I wrote that. I think like God wrote it, the universe,
Yeah.
whatever. Like it was one of those rare lightning in the bottle moments,
Yeah,
bro.
it was like what it was, yeah, right time, right place type situation where you just had all of this build up from your past
Yeah,
and thinking a lot about what your future's going to be like,
yeah,
right? So like all them questions. You said there's a few lines that stuck out. One specific one was, "Is it death I fear or fear my parents burying me?" I think that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Can
Deep.
you explain that line a little bit and
Yeah.
what your thoughts were of why you wrote that?
Is it death I fear or fear my parents burying me? It's such a loaded question because we're all gonna die. And am I really scared of dying? Because if I'm 80 and like, I don't know, my heart's not working right and it's my time to go, am I going to be scared of death, or am I going to be like, all right, it's my fucking time to go? You know what I mean? I lived a whole happy life. Or am I scared of being the one that, knock on wood, is the friend that died early,
Mhm.
I I had a cousin that died, um and I just remember my dad always saying like, I'm not going through what Aunt Donna went through. Like, you guys aren't going before me.
Mhm.
And I think seeing how that just like affected my family, that loss, it was like, I think I'm more scared of being that younger one, or like, going in like a horrible way, knock on wood again,
Mhm.
more than like dying. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? I don't
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm scared of what comes with dying.
Mhm.
I think I'm just scared of it hurting everybody way too early,
Yeah,
you know?
and a lot of people, the interesting thing about the song is that all of the questions that you do ask, that they're essentially you asking yourself the questions, but you release this and then it becomes the rest of the world's, right?
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
that specific line, other people, everyone feels that same way,
yeah.
I believe,
I think that's what's beautiful about this song. It's like there's something for everybody in there, especially in this day and age with, you know, wars going on, the pandemic, social media at like the highest form it's ever been. We're going through so much pain as a country, as just a society, and as a whole, around the world, where it's like we all are feeling these emotions that I'm talking about. That's why I feel like I didn't write it. I'm not some genius who like,
you were like the provider, right? Like you
yeah,
were like the
yeah,
overlooker who had to send this message out,
yeah. It
essentially.
literally, when I look at it, and not to even toot my own horn, but it's like that's what it feels like. It feels like this song was meant for the world to use as a comfort blanket, because it's helped me get out of all of that shit that I was going through. Once I got this song out, I I progressed in my healing stage by 1,000, bro. Like, I needed this song just as much as some other people might need this song, maybe even more. Like, when this song was just like finally like, it's done, it felt like it was one of those rare moments where it literally, like, actually felt like the weight of the world was off of my chest and my shoulders, and I could finally fucking breathe again. Because it was like, holy shit, all of this shit I've been going through and all of this stuff I've been just like stuffing down and holding on to, it finally came out, and it was just like, it was one of the most beautiful moments I've had creating music in my life, and that's why it means so much to me,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah, for sure. Also, happy birthday, bro. I
Thank you,
forgot to
brother.
I forgot
Thank you,
to
bro.
say that earlier.
Yeah,
Cause
my golden birthday, 25 on the
yeah,
25th.
yeah, cause you released No Venezi on the 25th, which was
Yeah.
your 25th birthday.
Yeah, new beginnings, man.
New
Quarter of a
beginnings. Yeah,
century.
yeah, man. I play off them same energies too with my own stuff. But
Yeah.
so you wrote this song No Venezi how long ago?
About a year ago.
So you were sitting on this, holding it,
Yeah.
cradling it,
Yeah.
because this song is essentially, the fresh start, the new beginning.
Yeah.
And it just in general meant a lot to you in terms of you didn't want to just throw it out or
Yeah.
even expose clips of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at that time when I wrote it too, I didn't have all my T's crossed and I's dotted. I think that I just didn't have the structure in place like I do now to be able to get this out and do it the right way and promote it the right way and have a video for it and have a marketing plan and all of this stuff. And around that time of writing it was when I started to be like, let me take a step back from just focusing on getting better as a rapper. Let me like wear all of the other hats and figure out how to market and do everything else. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because it's it's an important song, of course.
Yeah.
And from everything in your past too, with just releasing a single here and there, you want to take this one and do something more with it. So you got a team together,
Yeah, man.
right? You got a
Yeah.
team together, and tell me about you guys had shot a video. What was the planning behind the video? What was the storyboard? What was your initial vision after just having this song for a year
hmm
in audio form, and then having to try to write this story to it now, this visual?
When it's a good question. When I had this done and recorded, finished, and I was playing it back to myself, for some reason I didn't see a conventional rap video where it's just me the whole time rapping it. I just saw somebody like dancing, explaining what I'm saying it through another art form.
Expression through a different
Yeah,
medium of art.
yeah, dancing. And like, dude, the universe works in crazy ways. The shout out Keen, shout out Big Mike, Derek, Josh, Kier, Emmy for dancing, Serena for helping with choreography too. Um, it just feels like everybody, when we were storyboarding this and stuff. This is the first real production I've ever had,
Mm.
or second real production I've ever had making a music video, and it felt like everybody at that point in their lives too were itching for a new beginning and a fresh start and a project to work on that they could call their own. And you know I just saw it as like black and white, like yin and yang. There, Emmy's dancing and she's in a big white t-shirt, and she's like the kid version of me, the innocent part. And when she's dancing in parts of the songs, it's like the parts where it's like, how many L's does it take for you to get you a dub, like there's fun parts to it. And then on the other hand, it's like me prim and proper in a tuxedo, like rapping hard, getting into like the harder meat and potato, questions that I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many trips to cardiologist or surgeries next? How many nights will I wake up because something hurt in my chest? Will tearing my aorta be the reason I go? How many people tell you no until it's love that they show? Like with my heart condition, I'm talking about like, you know, how many times am I gonna go to the cardiologist and then finally it's like, all right, we got to crack your chest open and do heart surgery
Mm.
because I'll have to have that one day,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So it's like I'm talking about these like really real questions about my real life, but then there's other general questions just for the population where it's like, how many, you know, how many fake hoes it take until your section is lit? And she does this like cool dance where it's like she kind of like dances like a thought in a way, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
and expresses the
mhm.
different questions through her emotions in the video.
Yeah, she was incredible. Shout out Emmy. She took it to a level that I couldn't have even imagined until she did it. You
Yeah,
know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah, and when watching the video back, especially for people who don't know what goes on behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff and budget, right?
Yeah.
This video looked like it, costed a lot. What was the budget like for it?
It sh- it should have cost. Dude, we did the math. It should have costed us over $50,000 from renting the space, from paying six people's day rates, which already would have been close to $10,000 with just those two. All the camera and equipment and lighting that we had to have, that was like $20,000. You got to think about people's transportation. You got to think about the cover art, the song getting done, the um, outfits that we're buying, the snacks that you have to provide for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a lot of fucking money that it should have cost us with rentals and stuff, but it ended up really only spending under $2,000 for it because, you know, people were willing to, hey, I'll do this for free because I believe in this project so much. I'll let you use my equipment for free because I believe in this project so much. You don't have to pay me to be a producer's assistant because I just want to help. I just want to be a part of this, you know? And it it was beautiful, bro. It was surreal. Gratitude isn't even the right word for the feeling that I felt. There were times, dude, where we were doing this and it was like I'm out looking at the New York skyline and we're recording like a legitimate production that people could put on a resume. Like no fucking joke. And I'm sitting there like, dude, I started rapping at fucking 10, 12 years old, something like that. And to see where it's at now and that it's still going and it's growing and we're only getting better and only more people are trying to be involved, like professional level people, bro, who are doing like legitimate movies and music videos and TV shows, productions. Like these people are no fucking joke that I worked with and can now call a friend and have relationships with. They bought into a fucking song that I made when I was at a really low point in my life. And there were times, bro, we were recording this where like I had to like turn away from people and like gather myself cuz I didn't want to start fucking breaking down crying in front of them. Like it just it meant the world, especially for that song too. You know, it wasn't just a rap song. This is me telling you what my life is at this point and I didn't hold back a thought. I didn't hold back an emotion. I told you everything that was going on with me at that point in my life, you know?
So yeah, man. So essentially, there's just a lot of truth behind this song. The video, the production was big on this one. You guys teamed up, and you have this team now,
Yeah.
and they're with you. How just with organization of the video and the process, how was the organization and the build up leading up to the day you shot compared to music videos in the past that you've done with them?
Um Crazy, bro. It was a crazy learning experience and I owe so much to Keen for even making this possible. He's been with me since to the top, which is so early on in my career, and he's been a part of everything that I've done after that. And I'm the creative. I'm the not organized, like all over the place
You're
type
the
of
guy writing
person.
the music.
Yeah, and he's like the accountant brain where it's like we're on this time, this schedule, and he makes everything easier for me. You know, he works in production on this TV show and he got the crew together. You know, he got the rental space for the place we shot it at. He got all the shit, rented the equipment and all of this stuff that we needed to rent. And he put the team together. I knew a lot of them going into it, but he found like top notch people who were willing to help us for the low. And so a lot of like the heavy lifting on the production side, I didn't really have to do. Most of my job was just storyboarding the idea for the video. You know what I mean? I just had to be a part of the creative process, like angles of shots and things like that, which I'm good with, but like getting the right people, getting the right equipment for different scenes and having somebody that can see that vision with you, like he just made it a lot easier. You gotta rent all the equipment, you gotta get the space, you gotta get the people to do it, you gotta storyboard it, you have to break it down lyric by lyric, timestamp everything. A lot goes into it, and he did a lot of that real heavy lifting for me that I didn't have to go through. I helped him with a lot, but this wouldn't have happened if he didn't take the reins on it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, of course, man. And like coming from, to the top back in the day when you
yeah.
were just starting college,
Yeah.
shot that music
Wrote that
video.
week 1 of college.
Yeah, with the music video, you put that out as a project, as a single. And now all these years later, you have this product now.
Yeah.
And it just, even just from the outside point of view, like people looking in, they see that progress. You
Yeah.
see everyone, you drop the song, everyone's reposting it, everyone's supporting. So obviously people are taking to this. What kind of feedback have you been getting from releasing No of an Easy?
Great. I think it's a testament to the hard work that I've been putting in the last year in general. I am in the best place I've ever been mentally, spiritually, financially, whatever. I'm the best version of myself I've ever been right now. And that's because I had to look in the mirror a year ago when I was at one of my lower points and say, I got to fix this and I got to get fucking better in every aspect of my life, not just with the music. And with this, it just felt like everybody, the response is a testament to everybody seeing the work that we've been putting in. It's not just me, it's everybody on this team that I've been talking about. You've been a part of that too. Jumbo, uh, my boy Alan, Deli, Sweeney, my boys from home who have helped me. It's I had to believe in myself first, and I had to wear all of these hats and start laying the groundwork and brick by brick. And when you start building a house, people are going to look at that and they're going to want to help you out. And when they see it's something great, they're going to want to join in and just offer help without needing something in return, because the experience of being a part of that is the return. We're
Correct.
building something fucking great and you're a part of it and you know it, and the response has just been like I said, there's a line for everybody, and one person will be like, "Yo, I have a heart condition. I have never related to a line more in my life because nobody rapping has a heart condition, and you're talking about this." Or I have a kid, and I've just had 2 kids, and I'm young, and I used to care if I had a boy or a girl. Now I don't give a fuck. I just wanted them to come out healthy. Like that's probably one of my favorite lines on the song.
Yeah, you have this line on the song that says, "Fuck a certain gender, I just pray they come out healthy."
Yeah,
Right?
deep, bro. I remember when I was younger, every guy wants a boy.
Yeah, you want your little homie,
Yeah, and
right?
I remember being younger and just thinking, because I want a boy, my luck is I'll get a girl. And then I accepted the fact that I was gonna get a girl, and then all I wanted was a little baby girl. I
Mm.
still want both. I,
Mhm.
I want a fucking little
Yeah,
baby
you
girl
want
so
you
bad.
want a little family of
Yeah,
children.
yeah, little Z's running around.
Yeah.
But not right now. But that line means so much to me because that's something my dad would always say. He'd be like, "Oh, I want a boy, I want a girl." No, you don't. You want healthy. And as I got older, with my health condition and just people in my family who were born with other conditions and shit they're going through, you realize it doesn't fucking matter what you get. It doesn't matter what they come out to be as long as they come out healthy, you know? And regardless if they do or not, I'm going to love them unconditionally, period, you know?
Sure.
But just like going through what I've gone through my life with my conditions and you know, just seeing other people deal with their shit,
Mm.
like I don't give a fuck what I get. I just want healthy, bro.
Yeah, and it's just another line out of the song that the rest of the world can really relate to,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And that's really the beauty in this specific song, is just that when I listen to it, it hits me in so many different ways,
yep,
because I'm sitting there listening and asking myself the same kind of questions, and saying the same kind of statements every day of my life.
yeah.
You know?
I think as musicians, we try to formulate some big thing. I was just talking to my boy Lee, and he's like, there's three ways that people will view you: the way that you view yourself from an outside perspective, and then like your internal thoughts. And that you know, we go through, everybody has these thoughts that you don't talk about on the daily. Like you could be going through a ton of shit right now and I wouldn't know because now you're with your boy and spirits are high. You're not thinking about all of the bullshit you have to go through when I leave. And I think we all forget about that with each other, and I think with this, why it's so special is it was just like I had to be going through all of the shit I was going through for you to get that song.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really had to, like, when I was writing it, like I had to like ask these tough questions like about death, bro. You don't want to jinx yourself and like talk about death, but I had to, bro, because that was one of the things that was causing the pain for me. Like,
Resting on your mind
yeah, because
constantly.
like I was just going through like health problems at the time, and I was like, you think about especially being born with a condition that could kill you, you know, you just think about like, damn, like, fuck it, I don't want that to happen, and me overthinking about it, like, I feel like I'm gonna like attract it or some shit, like, and and I don't know, dude. It was just like a emotional dump that just, it felt like the floodgates opened and all of the shit that I was going through and that we all go through, because we all can relate on so much shit more than we even know. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you are in any aspect. We all are human. We're 99.9% the same. We all go through a lot of similar shit. And I think that that's why people are resonating with this so much, because it's like I'm just talking about all of the shit we all deal with, you know what I mean? It's not unique to anybody. I'm just talking about the human experience at a time where I'm really going through it. I'm
Yeah.
in the trenches with this
Yeah.
shit right now, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, like this is
Yeah.
this is some of your most like
The most.
truthful music. Cardinals from Heaven as well is very,
But that's somebody else's
that's
truth.
yeah, right.
Half the man my father is my dad's
Yeah,
truth.
these are stories of
Yeah.
other tales and
This
other
one
people.
is mine
Yeah.
as a human.
So um do you feel like written, releasing, you found truth, or just found more than you already knew, like through this experience of releasing the song, have you found truth?
Yeah, bro. Well, what's been beautiful about this song is I wrote it a year ago, and a lot of the questions that I was asking wasn't wasn't uh wasn't exactly 100% reflective of the time. It was more just like future thinking, and it was true to me, but it was like I'm worrying about this because it hasn't happened yet,
Right.
and it was funny. Keen was showing me one of the rough edits of Nuova Easy, and I had to put the song down for a while before it came out because I wanted to be in love with it when it came out. I didn't want to overplay it, and it was the first time I really listened to it in a long time. And a lot of the stuff, like one of the lines, "Are you the type to stay or say fuck it, pick up and leave?" I moved to New York, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was living in New York and dealing with that at that time, and it was like when I wrote that, I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about somebody leaving me
Mm.
and how they left, like they just picked up and left, you
Mm.
know what I mean? And then I picked up and left, and it related to me in that moment when it didn't when I was really writing it. It was about somebody. Now it's about me. And I was sitting there and like fucking tears were coming to my eyes, bro, because it was like throughout my life for the rest of time, I will find something new that is true to me in that moment in this song when at the time it was something that it was like, will this be an issue? Will this turn out well? You know, like I say, um, will I ever figure it out? And if I do end up with a chick that's in it for clout, will I be a good, you know? And that's something that right now isn't, I haven't figured it out. I haven't made it. I haven't blown up where I want to be. But when I do, and I'm dealing with women, you know, am I going to be able to listen to this song and say, fuck yeah, Z, you didn't end up with that gold digging ass bitch.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You found one, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
in an industry and at a stature and with money and fame and all of that. Like, it's probably not easy to find genuine people that
Mm.
care for you and not the shit that comes with you, you know? So that's just like an example of like, there's so many questions that still are unanswered, you know?
Sure. It's a timeless loop,
There will
essentially,
be
right?
questions that I will never have the answer to in my life,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
It is will tear my aorta be the reason I go? Knock on wood. If that happened, I wouldn't know because
Mm-hmm.
I'd be on to the next
Mm-hmm.
life, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm. You mentioned in the song, I don't know the specific line, but it is about religion, and you were raised, Catholic,
Yeah.
and but I think you say something about like, but it's hard for you to believe.
Is it bad I doubt religion but was raised to believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, at that time, I have my ups and downs with my faith. Um
As so does everyone.
yeah, yeah. And I think it was like this moment in time was just like there were so many factors that were kind of going wrong at that time where it was like I've been doing everything right. Why the fuck is this happening to me, you know? And it was a lot of shit that wasn't in my control and that's when your faith is tested. And at that time it was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but it was a rocky road at that point, but I've never lost faith, you know?
Sure.
So God's always been in my life, whether I call it God or the universe or a higher power.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in something,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I went through all of that shit
You have
because
to.
I got this out of it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And this song isn't just a song. It set up, motion for music video, for connections, for me moving out to New York. Like it it started the motion for so many other things and it took on a life of its own bigger than just recording a rap song, you
Mm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't I'm always so grateful for the shit that I go through, whether it's my heart condition or breakups or losing people, dying and losing friends, and because I'm like, I gotta do this, bro. This is my dream. I gotta chase this. You're not growing with me. All right, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I love you from a distance type shit.
Beauty in the struggle, right? J. Cole said
Yeah,
it.
man.
There's beauty in the struggle. So all them low moments, like you said, is it tests your faith.
Yeah.
And you're placed in them situations to see the other side
Yeah.
and climb from there.
And I feel like I'm on the other side,
Yeah.
you know?
Which is good, right?
And going through that and being in this position where I'm at now, I know it's like, hey, you did that before. Like look where you were at and look how you came out of that. You fucking did it. Like and you didn't become a fucking drunk. You didn't start doing drugs. You didn't hurt people on the way. Like I literally where I'm at was off of loving myself and loving everybody around me and having gratitude and taking a step back and not moving with ego and pride and just being like, hey, I do need a hand help here. I went to therapy. Like I've never been to therapy before, but I had to just be like, I'm lost. I need fucking help. And and I when I go through shit in life, which I will, I don't think I'm just going to be in the green grass forever, but I will know that I can get through that shit no matter how hard because I already did this. And I've been through bullshit and got out of it plenty times before and way worse than it was when I was writing New Oven Easy. I've lost real family members before. That's a pain that you can't describe.
Mm.
I've when you have a doctor look at you at 12 years old and say, you will die from this if you don't follow my fucking rules. I can't even put into words that experience, like being like, holy shit, I'm deformed and like what I have, like I could, if I fuck up, like it could be no return fuck up,
Mm-hmm.
and going through that really young, I think that's why I've had this mentality that I've had throughout my life. Like I am a really strong mentally person. I clearly have my days, and I'm not happy-go-lucky 24/7, but I know how to get out of it, and I know, and there's just it's brought so much hope to me, like knowing that I will get through this, because I've seen what the bottom looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I ever have to go back to that place, I got all the fucking
Resources.
I got the backpack full of fucking guns, knives, and I'm fucking mowing down demons because
Yeah.
I now I'm equipped.
Yeah.
Now I know how to get out of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't be more thankful for the struggles that I have. It
Sure.
just builds you up, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. You mentioned New York and all that kind of stuff. Like what No Venezi's out, right?
Mhm.
This is the beginning though.
Yeah.
Like what is the next steps with this song, with everything, your whole music? Like what's the plan going forward? Are you moving to New York? You went there for a time. What was it like? You know what I mean? Like what's the next steps going forward here?
To simplify it, consistency.
Okay.
I don't know if I have an answer for where I'm going to end up, but New York looks like a possibility. Philly looks like a possibility. I don't fucking know where. But what I know is where I want this to take me in my career, I'm not going to get it if I'm not consistent. And I've been consistent legitimately 24/7, only working on this, crossing the T's, dotting the I's on social medias, on, figuring out like LLCs and just all of the business and bullshit I didn't want to do forever as an artist that you have to do. I had to put my big boy pants on and say, listen, I'm not going to write a rap for a week. I gotta study this shit. I gotta figure all of this shit the fuck out that I've been putting off my whole career. Because I thought I was dumb, and I thought if I just become a great rapper, the best rapper I can be, and I just put out fire and don't learn everything else, I won't have to learn everything else because my music is fire. And if I put it out, everybody will share it because music fans find good music. And if I make good music, I'll be fine. It's not the fucking truth. I just want this shit more than anything in the world. And it's like, I have to know all of the other aspects. I have to know how to make a beat. I have to know how to mix and master. I have to know how to edit a video. I have to know how to storyboard, how to network, how to get everything in order, how to make a set list for a show, how to do all the visuals. I have to know everything because when this goes, if I don't have my shit in order, it's going to fall apart. So I had to take a step back from last summer, not this past, the one before that. I dropped 4 songs, and I was going to be dropping a song a week all summer. And things started going well, and I realized if I release all of this shit, I'm never gonna give it its just due. Because I'm not there yet. I have. There's so much shit I have to figure out and go through and grow that the music's here. Everything else is not on that level. I have to get everything else on the level of the music for this to go and last when it does go, you know? And I think that's what this past year has been. That's been the process, and it's just being consistent. So if I do end up making New York home or Philly home, whatever I do, the structure that I bring there is what's going to keep me alive out there, you know,
Mm,
wherever out there is.
mhm.
So, yeah, New York was great, and I'm still back and forth there. I'm doing you know, I'm kind of there. I'm like half living in New York, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're back and forth. Your crew's up there, right?
Yeah,
Film
yeah,
crew.
everybody. Well, that's the thing. Everybody is up there except for you, Jumbo, and like my homeboys that help me out here.
The hometown
Yeah.
homies.
I mean, like, well, my fan base is really Philadelphia, Bucks County, Jersey, the surrounding counties, Westchester,
Mm,
and like weird pockets of the country,
mhm.
like Chicago.
Yeah, you'll see random
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
random places. But like, I'm still very much like local with the shit, you know?
Yeah,
Which I don't want to be at all. I want to be
yeah,
the biggest fucking thing walking.
yeah.
But I realize that I can't just live through a computer, and that's how I'm gonna grow a fan base.
I agree. I think you know how I was in the summer with all of my posting every day and stuff, and my awakening that I had is consistency is 100% the most important thing. Um but you need to have the balance between the social media and the physical. So like you being up in New York, that's a good opportunity for you to, start networking, trying to book shows and stuff, right? Like that
Yeah,
that would be the idea if you did place yourself there for a longer period of time would be now you have Noah Venezia, you have whatever's coming next.
yeah,
And then you can now perform that and network it,
yeah.
right?
I think because I was doing a lot of shows when I was younger, but it was like I got to a point where, and I think when we performed in Philly together, you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the summer
Yeah,
event.
I think that's where I realized I'm performing so much old shit that my catalog isn't up to date, and that really doesn't represent, like, I have all of the songs, they're just not out,
Hmm.
that represent me. And I was performing shit that represented younger Shane when I was at a just younger, more mature stage of my life. And I was like, I'm gonna take a step back from performing all of this shit because I don't have ShaneZ that they're seeing on stage out. I I'm here performing songs that aren't me anymore. You know, like To the Top, I would perform that at a show where I knew everybody there, knew To the Top, but where I who I was when I wrote that is not who I am anymore. You
Mm.
know what I mean?
Hmm.
New Venezia is who I am, and Hennessy Dreams and Gillian Tootie, these songs that are coming out, you know, in the future, that's who I am. That's what, when I get on stage and I'm showcasing me to you, I want to be showcasing who's on stage, not who's in the past.
Yeah, who
You
that
know?
was, right?
So the start of it all was like East Coast Love, and East Coast Love, Half the Man My Father Is, Cardinals from Heaven, this, and all of like the freestyles I've been doing. I have enough now where I feel comfortable showing that. And even if I perform songs that aren't out, like, yeah, I'll still perform them. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care that it's not out. I just want to perform me, and I want, when you're meeting me for the first time at these shows that we have booked and I'm gonna be doing in the near future, um, I want it to be me. I don't want it to be a past version of me that I'm trying to sell you on.
Yeah.
That's not. It doesn't exist anymore. It just exists in music world and as a frequency, but I don't live in that shell anymore of a lot of the shit that is older, which you shouldn't. You know, you
Yeah,
should be evolving and
yeah,
progress.
yeah. So No Venezi, the single, is that you put it out and you put out a few before this. Is this a part of a whole album that you're gonna put out, or are you gonna release a lot of singles? What can people expect from
Yeah,
ShaneZ music
yeah. I
wise?
think I have an album locked and loaded pretty much. But I just think where the state of music is right now, and like you don't really see people dropping albums like that. Number one, who are big. Number two, I know my own attention span. My favorite artists can drop, and I'm not gonna get through their whole album. I'm just not. I never do anymore. I just know my attention span is fucked. So, and each song on this album literally could be a single. So it was like one day it will all be out as a cohesive album with a title and a track list, but these songs need their own life. If I put an album out and the first time you're hearing No Oven Easy is the outro record, you wouldn't have the same experience as me doing what I'm doing now, and all of the content that I'm going to be putting out with the video, the behind the scenes, the you know interviews I'm doing with it, the lyric video, the dances people send me, whatever it is. There's so much life to this song that I want it to get its attention and its shine and grow. So
Respectfully.
yeah, bro, I want it to get its own praise because you go through something when you make a song, bro. You got to find a beat, you got to make a concept, you got to put words down that aren't trash. You have to find a flow, a rhythm. You got to get cover art for it. You go through a journey making a song, whether it takes you 15 minutes or it takes you 3 years like some records have taken me. So, it's like when you put all of that into making a song, I want you to experience this journey with me. You know, I don't want you to just hear the first 3 title tracks and then it's like I'll get to it when I get to it and it's not special to you like it should be, you know?
Sure. So with all that being said, No Venezi's out. The people have heard it. The video
Is out.
is out.
Yeah.
Um, I guess all I can ask you is, No Venezi. What's it essentially mean to you, man?
Whew. I don't even know where to start. It means everything to me. Truly. It is the most honest I've ever been on wax in my life. And I've been chasing a song like this my whole career, bro, and I couldn't get this out. And in 15 minutes, a song that I've been trying to write my whole career was all of a sudden in front of me, done. And it is every high, every low, every in between, every emotion I've ever talked about throughout any of my songs in my whole catalog basically summarized into one. I talk about a lot of real shit in it, but I end it on a high note. I say I'd rather have what I need than need what I want. I need a crib with a lake. I need a lake with a boat. I need a boat that is big enough for my people to float. That, in those 3 lines, tell a whole hour-long story of like, yeah, I'm going through all of this shit, but fuck all of that. I'm chasing this goal that if I'm right about this will change my children's lives,
Mm.
you know? And I can't worry about all of this bullshit that I have no control over because I'm focused on this fucking goal, changing the fucking world, bro, because I believe I can do that. And it was like this confession of I don't have it all together and I don't have all the answers and I'll never have all of the answers. But what I do fucking know is I'm going to achieve this shit that I'm dreaming of, that I've been dreaming of for over half of my life. I started rapping at 12. I just turned 25. This came out on my 25th birthday. I'm I've been doing music forever. I'm going to achieve the shit that I'm dreaming about, bro. I'm going to change my family's life. I'm going to take care of everybody around me. I'm going to change the world. I'm going to be an inspiration to people I've never met in my life. Some might not even be born yet. You know what I mean? Like, and I really believe that. I'm not fucking playing. And, you know, this song is the start of all of that coming true, it feels like. It feels like I've been trying to figure out how it's going to go, and I've never had like a clear vision. When I wrote this song, it was like, this is it. I'm going to make this shit fucking happen. And nobody can tell me otherwise. Really believe that. 1000%. This shit is gonna fucking take off and it's gonna happen. And and I have shit to prove it. I have people around me that, because I believe in me and this vision so much, people believe in me and want to help. And these are legitimate people. We're talking about Jumbo, Big Mike, Derek Keen, and that's just to name a few. Everybody that's bought into this and is now a part of it. You know, it's a team that has been built, and the vision was conceptualized when this song was made. There's no doubt in my mind that this is gonna fucking happen, bro. Like, not one single doubt. It's just a matter of when. And Noel Venezi feels like it pushed that snowball down the hill.
Beautiful, man. Noah Venezi, New Beginnings,
Yeah, man.
ShaneZ.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're tuned in right now, you're listening to Valy's Corner. We got ShaneZ.
What up?
Obviously, you just heard our conversation. Go check out Noah Venezi by ShaneZ on all streaming platforms. Go check out the music video is out as well. And stay tuned, because obviously big things are coming for ShaneZ up in the building.
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to just quickly say to the YouTube, my YouTube out there?
Man, you're rocking with a real one right here in this kid, bro. He is one of the best friends you could ever ask for. He is a mentor to me, a leader, an inspiration, and he is somebody that hasn't wavered on what he's going for in life. You know, we're going for the same thing, and as much as I believe in myself, I believe in him, and we're gonna be on fucking world tours together, bro. So thanks for tuning in, man. Go check out all of the shit we've done together.
Hell yeah.
Rosie, Rush Hour, Save Me, Tame, all the shit we're gonna put out together. Go stream. One of my favorites is 24. If you haven't dove into his catalog, 24, Ultraviolet. Those are some ones to get your feet wet. And yeah, I got some shit out too that I think you'll be a fan of if you tune in. So
Hell yeah.
regardless, we love you all, and we hope you're safe and doing well wherever you're at in life seeing this.
Facts. And that's an extension of family and friends.
That is.
Cool, man.
Love you, buddy.
Thanks for
having me,
Yeah,
man.
thanks for coming through. All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Fuck yeah.
All right, let's throw this together, man. So, for the time